Good afternoon again, and now so I take welcome una to another edition of we Tok Mid Day Show program, where they come to you Monday to Friday at 12 p.m. And Fambo member see you they listen we at Tok Radio 98.5 FM, and also get the opportunity for watch we live now with Facebook and YouTube page at Tok FM. But nonetheless, you said can get the opportunity for be part of the program by way how you they send your comments and contribution now with Facebook page at Tok FM. Fambo, inside we program today we get for discuss one important topic. We get for deal with issues around the mining sector, wherein we go get for look at the how CSOs then go get for then the old government accountable, and then also the minerals companies them accountable for make we as a country benefit from the mining sector. But nonetheless, make we go for a short break. When we come, we go get for can discuss the topic proper. Fambo, welcome back to we program Tok Radio 98.5 Midday Show program. As I say earlier on, we go get for can discuss issues around CSOs, but make we just take an extract from this. We say a larger percentage of with GDP in alone they come out from the extractive industry when at the mining sector, and the contribution of this mining sector, you go able for introduce yourself please, you know all that, and for Posai.
Mina Emmanuel Bundu.
Okay.
Within the extractive sector, they play plenty of roles.
Okay.
First, are the servers, the program manager for the natural resource rights and governance program. Now the network movement for justice and development.
Okay.
Second, I also they serve as the national coordinator for a coalition of 16 civil society and media organizations who we call Natural Resource Governance and Economic Justice, okay, abbreviated NAGEG. Again, there is an initiative we call Multi-Stakeholder Task Force for Public Disclosure of Subnational Revenues from the mines to affected community where are the servers the focal person.
Okay.
This now a tripartite make up with the mining companies, the government and CSO. And finally, I also the seats now the Multi-Stakeholder Task Force MSG of the Sierra Leone Extractive Industry Transparency Initiative as an alternate member to my senior colleague Gonabu Bueno.
Alright. You welcome to we Tok Mid Day Show program, and you don't mention different aspects of your role in the extractive industry, different aspects, and then for more than go on for ask, like the one way you first mentioned is a network movement for justice and development, NMJD also.
Correct. Yeah.
So like you go able to give people the small thing but this one, and then also as the focal person of the community engagement stuff.
Yeah, the network movement for justice and development, a Sierra Leone society organization, would not exist for about 35 years now.
Okay.
We actually engage in capacity building, advocacy in other sectorial aspects of life. But me on program, when in that capacity are there, we are the extractive in the building, and I'm the manager.
Okay.
So, and this has been the niche of NMJD. We are well known within and out of this jurisdiction in extractive advocacy.
Okay.
All of this started way back in 2000, towards the end of the Civil War. NMJD do a report titled Act of the Matter. That report will reveal waiting at the primary cause will make the war be prolonged. The key findings of that report tell we see the thirst and rush for Salon diamonds. That will attract the primary, secondary, and tertiary factors. People like then Charles Taylor and all who have been involved for a war. The diamond naturally they attract them. And who have been followed. Now, we don't mind for 93 years down the line as a country. We don't make efforts, but you cannot compare that to the atrocities we've seen at the ground.
Yeah.
Now, one big problem we get as a country in the management of the sector, Salon they live like that home way that did not get for feeding the children, but it depends on uncle and tea for chipping. What do I mean by this? We get the minerals we God bless you with, but we lack what we call the gem skill.
Which one are the gem skill?
The geological knowledge, the engineering capacity, mathematical ability, all of those skills we need for do extractive.
Okay.
Into what we call the upstream. Now upstream of extractive, now the ability to go pull under the dirty, or counter up.
Okay.
You go to call the side stream. Side stream are the industrial opportunity we'll get. That is for process the mineral. Now, most of the industry are Europe, where they process minerals across the world. I don't bother them they run for gold and go work at their factory.
Yeah.
So we not get that ability then for process now. They get it downstream when at the sales.
Okay.
So if I don't say we contribution in the process of extractive activities is only having the stuff. But the most expensive side of farm already contribute much. So now waiting to happen. Now we the big foreigners, the investors for come. And they count their money, do all the investments. At the end of the day, when we go to percentage share as to what they pay as a country, it's very minimal compared to waiting they go out.
Okay.
So one way we will get out of this is we developing ourselves. We're going to state-owned mining company.
Alright.
Now, extractive activities are very expensive.
Yeah.
Highly capital intensive.
Yeah.
You need effective power supply. Now, even for serve the homes, then we struggle 24-hour light.
Yes.
How much more the kind of velocity of power we need for serve mining companies? So they spend a lot really into the investment.
Okay.
So if I don't say we are very low strength at the negotiation table because beside the minerals will get beneath, even at that will get problem. You understand? Because we don't know what will get beneath.
Yeah.
We don't know the quantity will get beneath. Like casino mining will do all this time.
Okay.
So if I don't say over the years, right, we not get what it take for them to take up with mining by ourselves. So the foreigners already can mine the community, mine for we, bulk of the process, then they can go. So now, again, for a better premise of the question, Africa as a continent, right? We get with guidelines how they follow, we call the African Mining Vision. The African Mining Vision are the Bible or the Quran where they guide we as members of the global south as to how we for go engage into extractive activities.
Okay.
So the vision sets down 6 pillars for guiding. First is to forget a clear-cut defined legal and institutional framework. We forget laws. we for guide we how we operate. We for get institution where they manage the sector. So this vision, a lay the standard as to how we for make we lost them in line with this vision.
Alright.
We go help we for let them activity how we engage in a better way.
Okay.
Right? You have to ask the question.
Okay. But you did mention about we as a government, as a country, first we need to get the institutions, right? We need for able to be in charge, develop the laws and all that stuff. But like you also when you start, you mention, you also say we as a country we not get the know-how, and then everything about the mining sector is being operated by foreigners, right?
Yes.
But nonetheless, if we dey talk on all this, we get state-owned mining company we go dey spearhead all these activities. Will it be possible for make it survive at the camp? We get an aspect wherein many state-owned companies, many state-owned institutions now, we don't resort to privatize them just because we know they able effectively manage them. You understand? We take a look at the Sierra for now. We're now a state-owned company. We've been done into business all along. But now that it was run by states, people we are just using it just as anybody's business. We don't able to generate the actual velocity, actual profit out of them. And so the way I say it's normal. So now you they mention on that aspect again. You think that may go get for me possible for me to be able attain the real thing where we desire.
Okay, now extractive governance na a different ball game altogether to communication.
Okay.
Saratel was not for profit making, but service delivery. A state-owned service delivery. Even though government need the little income from the services they provide for maintaining.
Yeah.
Mining, you understand?
Yeah.
My flourish area gets you minerals, you sell them at the world market, it gives you the income you want. Now, I made mention of upstream and side stream aspect of them. Now, we get laws, we get institutions, but I refer to the gem skill, the geological, engineering ability, the machinery, for let we as a country, here we young company, do the processing, extract them from the dirty come up, get the factories then how we process. Okay. If we happen to get the factories and how we process, now more thousands of employment.
Alright.
And that's the African mining vision they see. The vision they advise say, first, each and every country, we need to get the geological data information. What do you mean? We forget knowledge of which we get under the ground.
Okay.
That corner, we get amount of diamond at this corner.
Yeah.
Root time this amount we get at this corner. Up to now as a country, now insights we get as to what we get in the inside and day. But we don't know the specific side the way then day in terms of quality and quantum.
Okay.
So we need to do a more scientific study than called geochemical survey.
But some years back, I think about 2021, 2022, something like that was going on where we say World Bank sponsored the research where they go all over the country.
Correct. The Ministry of Mines and that of NMA, supported by World Bank, then we do that survey, what they call geospatial survey. Okay. So now after you say, they get in all over the place.
Yes.
Now, I need to tell you, say the mineral layer and area of this quantity of quality.
Okay.
That's just an insight they give you. Now that report there, now more of the metal if they detect. Then bomb then other side then if they tell you say metal then also side. But when you prove not to that kind of medical for mining or commercial purpose.
Okay.
It give insight say yes, diamond then also side. But you know you give the specific location, say we go down here you get the diamond. You understand? So that now be a good report we appreciate as a country. Now a starting point. Right. But we need to go more harder for the chemical we are in. Because that study then up every day, it is snap the spy. This what we call the geochemical, it is going to the art. Put the tools inside. You understand? You're able to you see from this point to suicide, we get diamond, we get rutile, we get bauxite. Yeah. And that kind of study do we need.
Okay.
And that the African mining vision, they tell you see every country within the continent. Yeah. This for know what you get. Okay. Because when you know what you get, now they inform you position of strength at the negotiation table where they arrange with the company.
Okay. But with all this, some months back, the president, they also mentioned a statement wherein, yes, we mining companies that they operate at least in the Friday, but like you earlier also mentioned, say you the atrocities with these mining companies they cause, and then the benefits where we they get as a country, they don't compare. We don't able to compare. But now with all this, you also that the thing where you mentioned on the extracted gem stuff, it take me back. Mining companies then they mine, and then they operate, and then they determine everything where they don't mine, where they don't, they can show we as a country say now this weekend. So out of that money we tax them, say okay, we're not giving we own tax. How fair is it? Is it that we as a country we be able to get the actual benefit? Because if me miner I will get almost tons of diamonds or gold, you understand, or I'm registered as a diamond company, but in the mining, the place where the mine, I discover the gold, you understand, I discover the other minerals. Now you think say I go get for come to you and say I discover these other things when at this number I register with.
Okay, now which is also now called associate minerals. Now the law make it clear. You for strictly mine which you get license for. Along the way they mine the gold, you discover diamond. The law make it clear, so you for declare to the state. Now the mining companies and they mine in isolation, absolutely. That's the role of the National Minerals Agency. We get mines monitoring officers. Now every large scale mining companies, where they as country eye, and they watch and see. Well, the level of the honesty and sincerity,
That
now another area only God can determine.
yes.
But then they tend for proof to we see that they represent Sierra Leone well.
Okay.
When they are then sites, then they exactly waiting, then they see the company they operate, and then they report to head office.
But the problem now is, are they actually going on site during the mining sector, mining process?
That's the understanding that then they pay
Because
the mining site.
personally, I get a discovery from discussion with person
Okay.
where they make a note say yes, we get a so-called representatives in this mining sector, but these so-called representatives are actually not permitted to go into the mining areas where the mining operation they happen. You understand?
Yeah.
So like with that one day, then after the no mine they count them up, then say now okay, they say okay, we determine this and this is what you've mined, this is what you've mined. The honesty you mentioned, it's a problem. The benefits and the benefits and the atrocities also is another issue. But with all this now, with all these aspects, how owner as CSOs they able for hold them accountable for make we as a country able for benefit from waiting actually is being mined in our country.
Now the scenario where you analyze so my private discussion here with somebody
Yes.
where an all taken for granted.
Yes.
And I need to speak definitely to them because I know the facts
Okay.
and evidence for support.
Yes.
Right? You analyze them based on suspicion. But according to the law and the rules of the game, NMA gets representative now all mining sites where they for represent the states and the interests of the Sierra Leone people, and that then they officially report to NMA as to waiting company they mine and waiting they show in the record book. If anything wrong they happen at the side and day, that is subject to investigation and proof.
Alright.
So law just left that side there as it is.
Okay.
Right? Now you ask a very good question. Now I start the premise from within the Africa mining vision, the guide we as continent, as to how we forgot about the mineral sector management. I also mentioned about the laws then we they all get. Right? We that we use for guideway operation. Now we as civil society, whatever we do, our government effort will complement. Okay? The legal power for force action, our government item. To the Ministry of Mines and that of National Minerals Agency, whether the implementing wing. Now, the Ministry of Mines and the policy wing, the NMN and the professional wing, we directly they implement the law. You understand? So the role we they play as civil society, first, in all of the legal and institutional arrangements, government normally can create space for them to play with your parts. So we they push community interests, development issues, protected issues, women's interests, PW interests into the law. So you back in, you stand in where you get for all government accountable for do that which is correct, based on law. So you cannot hold government accountable without having the legal standing. Although in some genuine circumstances, out of good conscience, if you remind government of competency, XYZ they carry on way wrong, we are using a good conscience and that's humanity face for respond. So we standing for all government accountable is based on the law. Now, how will you go about this? We take the law and policy regulations, move to communities, into a policy discussion. The committee discuss so with the big government and the round table. We present with positions, either in the form of policy brief, position paper, press release, or letter. We bring them at the table. We discuss issues of concern where they affect communities. Here we can come together and form headway. Now we get series of initiatives at global level as well as national level. First, go to call the Kimberley Process Certification Scheme. This is the global process where that report where I mentioned, say NMG do 2000, Congo be doing the same time. Then say we come out with the findings we say the Congo, the one at Congo DRC, the diamond will play a great role into that. So that will necessitate good men of the world, then go South Africa and form an initiative called the Kimberley Process Certification Scheme. And the process where they certify all diamond where they come on any country for go to the World Trade Market, Antwerp, second capital of Belgium. Now this initiative they see diamond will not come outside genuine, for selling at the market. So internally we get a structure with governments the mining company they do diamond and CSO. We they meet at that level for talk about governance and development issues. You get the Sierra Leone Extractive Industry Transparency Initiative. It's a global structure where they internally. Where I tell you say, I mean, an alternate member there, right? Now a platform outside government, company, and CSO they also talk. Gone are the days of antagonism, or the cause research, fight research. This time around, it's collaborative efforts. We need to come together and talk and respond responsively, prudently to the cry of communities.
In that, let's just take an extract from this, then we will go to the next question. In 2008, this now from IMF. IMF, the role of transparency and civil society in managing commodities for inclusive growth and development. Now, they say in 2008, aid flow to sub-Saharan Africa reached about $36 billion per year. Natural resource rents, by contrast, stood at $240 billion. Over 3/4 of Africa's subsoil assets have yet to be discovered. If such estimates are confirmed, oil, gas, and mining are likely to represent the single most significant untapped resource for financing development in resource-rich low and middle-income countries. Capturing these minerals, rentical governance pay a high price for their lack of transparency and accountability. As a recent report on Angola by the International Monetary Fund documents, for the period of 2007 through 2010, the IMF found $32 billion in unaccounted for government funds, equivalent to a quarter of Angola's annual GDP. In response, the government is preparing a report on the discrepancy between receipts from Senangol, the national oil company, and the budget. With this extract, we get a similar aspect of as a country. Civil societies, media, and then parliamentarians, we all get a role for play in this aspect. Just in line with which you don't talk, una as civil societies now, instead of the pets, the man pet owner be the pet, now una they sit down in a round table discussion and then discuss issues. Una they recommend this, that, and what they call. But now looking at the losses where Africans don't the loss, Salon don't the loss. You mentioned say we don't the mine in this country for about 99 years now.
93.
Okay, 93 years. I stand to be correct. About 93 years now we don't the mine in this country, but like we still they undergo issues of accountability. We still undergo them, and then also we come again to the aspect of conscience, because despite every other thing, with conscience also matters, because most often we dey put people in place in positions for say, okay, you man this, you do this, you do this. You understand? You mentioned on the aspect of enemy getting representatives in the mines and mineral resources, in the operation mining sites. Now, are these people actually representing the country's interest or not? How una as CSO they able to ensure say we actually able get the accountability and transparency in them? Because in all these, as a country, in all this the extractive sector, we don't really they get problems. We don't really they facing challenges wherein people them outside the done the day, then they displace them without facing any benefits from waiting the mining operation where they happen. Waiting una done they do for make these companies the representatives of the enemy in the sites, and then also the government be accountable, not only for say we can present this one, okay, this one don't say this one don't say this. Una go able get representatives also as CSOs for able then at the sites.
You asked a very interesting question. Okay, now first, the World Bank analysis where you made mention of.
Yes.
Now the Africa mining vision tell you say 2/3 of world commodities, mineral resources, they come out from Africa.
Yes.
Now, so within the vision, this way they paint this vision like that. The resources we get them, they beneath.
Yes.
Right? But we'll not get the gem skin for process them all by itself.
Okay.
So the main vision they advise say if Salon they prove bauxite for example, but we'll not get the industry for process them, let no go out of Africa.
Right.
If Liberia able to process, we can go Liberia.
Okay.
If Ghana able to process, we can go Ghana. So let the resource they dwell within the continent. Right. So time will come where if they come out Salon for work in Ghana in life will sound like the one with America.
Okay.
That's not the vision of Africa in the next 10-40 years to come.
Alright.
That we pull the resource here, not forget of the continent, but all processors within the continent, they will develop a continent. So that the average African man in life will tell like they're in European America.
Alright.
Now, you lay emphasis on the enemy monitors at the mining sites.
Yes.
All that na suspicion. I can understand the nature of the Sierra Leonean, but definitely I cannot speak to that because I cannot get evidence of malpractice or fishing where they play. We rely on the reports and updates in the GUI say that this company pay until and unless we get a study. If IGR can help with a study, because we know now very good in research, because that's what they wait for, because we do evidence-based advocacy.
Okay.
Me talking to you mean a lawyer, right?
Yeah.
So like I need to be guided as to how are they cast aspersion by people.
Okay.
I want to see evidence before I talk on that. If IGR will conduct a study for we will give you evidence, fact finding of malpractice and the police, they will cause all over the world. But for now,
okay.
For now, there is no fact at hand, not just suspicion, being the nature of the Sierra Leone.
Alright.
Understand?
Okay.
So no left and that way.
Okay.
Right? There are issues of discrepancy we can notice inside the SLEITI report.
Alright.
You understand?
Yeah.
Transparency International.
Okay.
Salon Extractive Industries and Transparency International where the money that the company they say they don't pay, and the the government the account sitting at the fund, it can different. And call discrepancy.
Okay.
But that at the time now where the Auditor Generals can kind side for investigate or ACC for no who side the difference don't go.
Alright. We will come to you back. Thank
Okay.
you very much. For more members, see you stayed and listen to Tok Radio 98.5 FM, and then also they watch me live now on Facebook and YouTube page. Make we go for a short break. When we will come continue the program. Pamo, welcome back. You still dey listen and then watch we Tok Mid Day Show program where they come to you now Tok Radio 98.5 FM. And then also remember say you still dey watch we live now with Facebook and YouTube page at Tok. Inside we program today we don't discuss issues around CSOs holding government and then mining companies them accountable in the work where they do. I just want to welcome Una again. Like inside we discussion this just now we get Emmanuel Gondo we come out from NMGD and then also
privilege.
okay.
Then we could give out donations to the less privileged, picking them at the slum area like the B, the magazine, those areas.
So like waiting on Una actual source of income where Una they do all the things there.
Well, we actual source of income, of course, the household name, Sexy Dija. We, as I said earlier on, a famous TikToker. They get a business we centered on. We cater for everybody, but it try for empower women. Then again, they get a boutique. Then they get a market where they sell auction. Things them to traders them we can come buy in large quantity or in small quantity based on rating you will earn for buy the business.
So we they discuss on the mining sector, but like we don't see in as much as we don't get several instances of the mining operations in the country, how we be able to ensure CSOs and all government accountable, the mining sectors accountable. But like we also get a major problem wherein the victims of the mining areas then how are they able to ensure say are able to get justice for them, like people living in a community when a mining community then all of a sudden they can't say yeah a mining operation don't they go on. Some years back we don't get several instances where Paramount Chief they sell the land, the community to mining companies without the people they not get actual knowledge. They just they can't and see say they move them out of them and then they know they able to get the actual benefits where they're supposed to get them. How una say so they able to ensure say una get justice for them in your capacity also in the legal aspect.
Thank you for this question. Mining generally we use for describer as something synonymous to development or destruction depending on how it is managed.
Okay.
Where it is managed judiciously and responsibly, we will say it is development.
Okay.
But where it is managed recklessly, then it is suffering
Okay.
for people that are vulnerable. Now, I can agree with you to some extent that people they suffer with mining. Yes, there are a lot of destruction all over the place. But there is no mining without destruction. Right? Now, most of them list agreements here in the national government. They sign them.
Okay.
But then they sign them without people they don't know. And other than people, most of the time, the international authorities are the paramount chiefs.
Yes.
Yes, there are allegation evidence in the past that most paramount chiefs, when they do thorough consultation with their people, then they give consent. So that we don't push for series of laws we don't can now. We don't give community of a power and authority for say no. First you get the Customary Land Rights Act. It will become very clear that if community do not agree for any investment, then they right for challenge. You get the consent of the people before an investment goes inside it. And when the investment they go, you need for declare to people waiting at the atrocities where you go before them and waiting at the expected good where they expect. Right? You also get the Settlement Act now for the issue of relocation.
Fine.
There is a law now where they guide that process. Because you go to call the status quo. If you pull me in a year, who are getting fresh water for drink? If you can go to one suburb, who are not water for drink? That is a human rights based issue.
Yes.
Because the right to survival, the right to water and need, you can't do without water. If I dare get water fresh for survive and do everything, no can we go outside and not get water for drink.
Alright.
We don't get experience of that in the past. We one side now boom boom. where they move people then from one community to another. They don't get farmland, they don't get anything. Then they constrain with that. So before you move people from one community to another, before Eshon say, who say they carry them go? If it not be of the same quality, opportunity, and standard as to who say you pull them, let it pass. We're not going to go to an area where they will go suffer.
Alright.
Because we need to forget the human face as to how they treat people then in their investment here. Presently, you also get a review act of the Environmental Protection Agency 2022.
Alright.
Now, you go to call legacy issues in this sector. We mean say, if a company don't mine down, then left the place abandoned. Now, the new EPA law they say the company forgets a closure bond. That is a particular money where they put aside after you don't mine down. Government EPA they use that money for can do the reclamation. So there are all of the laws now we don't come for protect communities. So we trust God for giving the strength, energy, and resource. They will keep on the fight because we self will constrain for engage headlong because we have cash trap. We self they constrain for get funding at the mining sector. Now, while we are also constrained with funding, this is a sector we highly political.
Yes.
We get politicians where they are inside business here. They are highly influential. This company they get money. So you find out say most donors not interested for fund CSOs within this sector. Because for that to keep yourself active and cause the noise all over the place, we need money for be everywhere. But we are cash strapped and we are limited. That they affect we act with effectiveness in the work we do because we are very limited in terms of resources.
Alright.
Yeah.
But like we also get the aspects of this national resettlement and inclusive bill. In that aspect, we also get some other illegal mining operations where don't they happen. Like as then they happen, then they destroy most often people the way they access water now the streams and other stuff. And then most often can be affected. So that now then operations there they come up, some of the illegal mining operations then when they happen and we governments most often they claim say they don't know of, right? But like they know they happen. So how are they able to ensure say now they able get within actually una able for hold them accountable, one for the crimes say whether they commit when illegal operations, two for make them also able for repay the people for the damages which they don't cause in the process.
Okay, now mining in this country it is in 3 layers. You get the highest layer we call the large scale mining company. And then company here we vote, but I call them Koidu Limited, Sierra Ruta, Vinmetco, they are the large scale company.
Yes.
You go to call small scale, then they below large scale, but they are above what we call artisanal mining. Now the area of illegal mining where you mentioned so is more associated with artisanal mining.
Yeah.
Then young man or family where they go to bush, pickaxe or they're gonna they mine gold or diamond. Now they're more associated with that. Right? So they're more than at the north and some parts of the east to say they get gold and diamond mining. Now government they making efforts actually for make sure so they chase them out for stop illegal mining and smuggling. Right? Because smuggling that's what they affect we.
Yes.
So we get porous borders from Liberia to Guinea.
Yes.
Where there are a lot of allegations that some of with minerals then they cross the border to another side where they affect with income to the state. So that illegal money where they talk about so government no say they happen.
Okay.
That make them get mines compliance officers where they don't spread all over the country for chase them out.
Okay.
Then they also plead with local international authorities for get them chief the monitoring groups them. We for example NMJD we get platform across 7 districts.
Alright.
But at times we can constrain for keep them effective because the resource knocking there all the time for support them for keep them monitoring efforts around the place. Right. GIZ na a German international corporation then get a tripartite body where themselves don't make efforts in 7 border districts then where they go open what we call anti-smuggling committee and environmental health committee who they move around the country. Once what they call Penguia chiefdom, they Kailang, we go to Cambia, we go close to the Liberia border, we they galvanize youth them, we train them, give them the skills for monitor and chase out illegal mining people. Understand? So these are efforts ongoing, but it's not easy for government, being honest with you. In as much as we hold them accountable, we put them behind the private companies then, But for man this sector, it's not easy for government. It's very precarious and chaotic and just difficult for handle.
Alright.
So that make we appeal to the conscience of citizens and Sierra Leonean that we self get a role for play for responsibly handle this sector. When we handle the sector well, the income will for council government it can, right? And we trust the government and then we use the money well.
Alright.
Then the development of the hope for C will come one day.
Alright. We will come to you, but I think we just continue with the young man from Sexy Dija Foundation. Quickly.
Family,
Family.
Yeah.
So quickly, waiting. We don't get better time again. Take me to some of our plans them we wanna get for on plan for do in this program.
Yeah, well, basically to start with, like today, after Juma prayer, 2:30, we get a rally we dey do from Upgun to Shaka Stephen Street, Lion Photo Battle Street.
Okay.
We go scatter. Then after we get refreshment for individuals and we join we up at the rally. That is to start with. Then of course the outing, as I say now, this coming Sunday the 17th, Sugarland.
Alright.
Of course, la talk small but the security aspect. We don't ensure say security dey in place and nobody no scared for security reason because na a fiesta throughout the night.
Okay.
At least at your time you can return home and security will don't put everything in place. If we talk about the location of the bus them, of course now from PZ we get bus there, we go park there for take people into Sugarland, then we go get bus them back na Battle Street by Lion Photo 55 Shaka Stephen Street. Bus them go daily back, we go park there, we go wait for carry people down to Sugarland. Of course the ticket price na 100 Leon.
Alright.
Yes. Then we get the VIP tickets we na 1,500,000. Then we get the VVIP we na 2,500,000.
Alright. You can't pay you. Anyway, you don't mention on the money we wanna they get on a different activities we wanna therefore embark on. But nonetheless, waiting on our plans at the end of this program, you're waiting on our plans, waiting on our go get for give back to society for make people themselves benefit. Say yes from this Sexy Dija family also. This is what we benefited from.
Yeah, like as I said earlier on, see we get a foundation. Of course, we donate out to the less privileged out there. We after the outing we will become successful by the grace of God.
Okay.
We will go out to different areas, different slum areas, then give out to the less privileged.
Alright.
Yeah, then again we try for empower women then at society.
Alright.
Of course, maybe we'll get discounts, maybe per we business we Sexy Dija and family or what Sexy Dija they do, we can get discounts there for market woman them.
So like whose business the family they do?
Well, the Sexy Dija and family they do auction markets. They cater for all traders. We have different kinds of things then we the auction. We now 55 Shaka Stephen Street, the shop day.
Okay.
Of course.
So like una not get any specific things the way una the auction out to
Well,
people?
like cap, polo, half back, body spray, splash, different items.
Alright. So like in as much as we dey try for clothes now, una don't talk about the things them we una get for do na Sugarland Beach and other stuff, but people them in particular like me, so I'm very much concerned about security business. How una go able ensure say are able get me safety.
Like earlier on as I say, I feel to see now the first side and the way I talk about the aspect of security. Say we don't put security in place, of course we don't work in hand with the central division. Of course we go for cover there and you get the Godrich division police again within that side there. We saw them go for team up with the central community with the central police. Of course we then go able man the area for with the one area for ensure say everybody safe and go home safely.
All right. Well, I know that the place. I just hope say then go able to do the work proper.
Yeah, by the grace of God.
Yeah. In as we dey wrap up with program now, Mr. Bondo,
Yes, sir.
we get an aspect of the contributions of the mining sector towards the economy. Mining sectors then they pay how much? About 1% or so. Okay, now the president will make 1% to of surface rent per se to the people. But now waiting as the contributions of the mining sector towards we revenue generation with tax and other stuff.
As I say, the mining sector is a very fruitful area.
Okay.
Now, over decades past, just the mining sector, they contribute about 23-24% to the gross basket of the state. Just the law. We see, after the calendar year of every mining company, after your annual turnover, that is where you don't sell, before you pay even government tax, you work the percentage, 1%, they go to the community, outside you work.
Okay.
And they don't share, not to favor you, not to beg you. And they don't share, and so they don't put them.
Alright.
So that money they go back to community gets a structure what they call community development committee, when they receive them for response to the felt needs of the people.
So who manage it?
They get a committee
The
made up of
committee.
people within the committee. Now this is an extract of a report we launched last week, where we do 3-4 years analysis of all money they come off from the mines to community structures for development. We got a lot of findings we go for deal with how they manage the money. Of course, there are problems all over the place with camper money business.
Yes.
You understand?
Yes.
Where they should say we still not serious it for logo before. You understand? We still not serious it. We cry about the company, now they give the money for our manager, and when they receive the money then we do that which is expected. So that all man will benefit.
Yes.
So again, I don't agree with you absolutely that suspicious mind we get, but whosoever they are in corner, you understand? You cannot get evidence for say that. But this report when we get before me, what we don't do with
Okay, so
assessment.
it's a report.
Yes, yeah, they speak to them.
Okay, it's a
Right.
report say.
There are a lot of problems.
Alright.
Now, first, not all mining companies don't ready for pay the 1%.
Okay.
Because before the law come into being, then they don't get any agreements, then we they go by, they get a specific amount when they pay.
Alright.
So now for them to come adhere to this law, they don't have arise to call conflict of laws.
Alright.
Again, we only disagreement on a law in itself. Now this will say I for pay. Now you go make new law can say I for pay above that.
Okay.
So for reconcile that difference of increments payments, you know that's automatic. Now over time we negotiate them, then they pay the 1%. Which means say now more money they can go to the communities now.
Alright.
Now even the while we don't go all these years, people don't work out, they have to work out the money. Then they make efforts for do some things then, but there are a lot of question, allegation of malpractice, cheating and all over the place.
Alright.
So the problem at the mining sector is very chaotic, it's very scattered all over the place.
Alright. But recently, was it yesterday again, IGR then published a report on this base project, this building accountability and sustainability stuff. But in that owner as CSOs, I think say it was necessary for make owner also work with the communities, make we able to get a sustainable, like how they don't develop now for 5 districts them say this now we plans, you understand? Government get the big five agenda, but in line with that big five agenda, some community get their own, you understand? Kono get their own, Moyamba get their own. So now if then the miner now this company owner they get the 1%, we they designate and say this money where they come now, suppose for they go for this project, that as the money come we embark for solve this problem, as the money come we embark for solve these things, because they do the research now, they able to say waiting more about this thing one for no and then other stuff. That is not just a side attraction to the whole show. How will they wrap up now? How we go able?
Thank you for your analysis so you make, right?
Yes.
The mining sector is a very interesting sector.
Yes.
And for those who succeed in all of this, we need effective collaboration with the powers that be.
Okay.
My political decision. Large-scale mining license, it pass through cabinet and that of parliament.
Okay.
You understand? So the political power, then no box, then license, then they.
Yeah.
So we need the political will for that which to be done, be done.
Okay.
So we need the collaboration. We and government for work and support even the very government initiatives, support community for save them from problem and then get them development to they want. Now, them already when they give to the community then the structure then they indeed now for them to do project to the benefit the community. Not to money where one person they take and put in pocket now. If you do general investment, we all man the benefit from. And the money the reason for the money it is beyond that project. You get what in lawyers call the authorial intent and spirit of the law.
Alright.
Why the law make that work provision there for maintain peace between the community and the company.
Okay.
We don't get stories in the past where community rise up against company, die the commodity.
Mm-hmm.
So now that's one prevents now we'll put inside the law.
Okay.
Say community not for the see and grudge money companies say then they can take all the wealth for care and go.
Okay.
Now make necessary for the pull from them proceeds, then give the community when they say they develop their life.
Alright.
So if company making profit they go, community life they develop, we all see yourself as bedfellows, as friends. Life goes on. What we call peaceful coexistence. That's not the essence of their money, then the way they go.
Okay.
But there are lots of challenges even within the very community now they receive the money.
Yeah.
People don't have to do the correct thing.
Okay.
So there we need the support of government to get the power
Okay.
for arrest, detain and jail.
But when are the governments are also supposed to hold responsible, accountable?
Yes, that's form of social accountability.
Okay.
All the government say, now so the law say.
Okay.
Let we work collectively. All to question, all for all to question. Let the right thing be done.
Alright.
So the role where we play generally as CSOs is to capacitate community to know the law, stand up for the law,
Okay.
colleague CSOs